Hey everybody, Cairns, Port Douglas, Mossman, gateway to the start of your Cape trip. We're just driving through Ellis Beach area at the moment, and yeah, beach is actually looking really good this morning. Headed up the Cape slowly, mosey on slowly up the coast, have a look at a few places, a few videos, take a few photos, share them with you. Hopefully you get a bit of information, help you decide if it's a trip you want to do or not, or some updated conditions, what things are like at the moment. Driving along through here from Jasper. Cyclone Jasper did a fair bit of destruction, but it's actually looking pretty good in most areas. There's a fair bit of roadworks up here, a lot of one lane stop go red light things to slow you down a bit, but you can still get there. And you just got to be a bit more patient, a little bit of extra time. Google Maps is pretty accurate on the time. It just varies on the roadworks how busy things are, whether it's a 5 or 10 minute wait, quite often 15, 20 at a red light, but I've heard that it can be up to an hour. I haven't experienced an hour myself, but anyway, we'll keep looking around, share some info. What a beautiful morning. Have a look at that, eh? Beautiful. This is the Captain Cook Highway, in case you weren't aware. Captain Cook Highway from sort of head you up towards Port Douglas from Cairns along the coast. As I've said in other videos, not always the best looking beach. Water can be a bit dirty, a lot of rocks and that, particularly at the moment, but it's still a nice morning and a nice looking beach at the moment. Is this the third or fourth one? I think this is the fourth one. I'm losing count, but along the Captain Cook Highway, there's not any actual road works. It's just managing it at the moment, spending millions and millions of dollars managing it, because we can't find anyone to give billions of dollars to repair it yet, because everyone's busy. Not enough people want to work, right? So we just keep paying heaps of money managing it. It's got to be managed. The road's washed away. It's not wide enough. Not wide enough here for two cars, you know. Jasper did all the damage, destruction. Lucky we've even got a road here. So you've got, this is the fourth one, I think. You've got a few people at each one, cars and equipment hired and all that. You can imagine the daily cost. And you know, it's not, the cost isn't the wages and whatever. The cost is a lot bigger, because there's a company that needs to make a lot of money out of this, you know. Alright, first fuel coming into Mossman, $1.95. So let me give you a bit of a quick rundown on fuel prices while we have a little drive through Mossman and have a look what's here. There's a Woolworths. There's the EG fuel as well up here in a minute, but places to stop. So, you know, Cairns is your gateway. That's where you meet up. Your trip starts if you're going to do a Cape trip, is what I think. You know, it depends what you're into. You might want to spend a couple of days there, go out and do one of the island cruises, whatever, like we did. You can see one of the other videos if you haven't seen it already. Things like that. Depends what you want to do. Each to their own. Stop in at Port Douglas, really touristy, really busy. Whatever you do in those sorts of places, check that out if you want. Today we've just driven straight past on this trip. There's obviously the Ampol there as well. So notice that first survey, caravan friendly. So if you've got a bigger caravan, plenty of room. Apparently one of the first ones as you come in. Let's do a price comparison. So Mossman, there's a nice gorge up there, I think just up here somewhere, or if I've gone past already, I'm not taking any notice. You just turn left, just up in the hills there. You've got to pay some money again. Check out one of the other videos. Go and check out the gorge, or that sort of thing. Up here, right, I've been able to get diesel at the moment. Now prices are going to vary, but this is just going to give you an idea. The further north you go, obviously the dearer it gets. Cairns is the last place where you can get city prices. It's just city prices, about $1.85, same as what you'd get in Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne. So good place to top up. And looking here at Mossman, only about 5, 10, 15 cents a litre more, not much more, on average about 10 cents a litre more. Here you go, you got your Woolworths just here on the left, so this could be your last big, I'm not thinking too hard about this, but this seems like the last big, like Woolworths supermarket, whatever. Actually, I'm not sure if there is an EG up here. I might have been dreaming about that. I remember seeing the Woolworths, but yeah, maybe there's not an EG, so rewind, retract that one. Here's that turn off to Mossman Gorge if you want to go up there. You got to get the bus from the information centre sort of thing, whatever. And then you can do a bit of a walk, goes for a few Ks, whatever. So we walked around everything up there. You can spend a whole day up there if you want. And I reckon there's probably a bakery down here somewhere. But moving on more to fuel prices, you know, Cooktown's going to be a little bit dearer again. And as you go further up, it sort of goes, let's say this is the $2 mark. Anyway, a bit of chit chat on the radio. Just as you come up there to the intersection in Mossman, there's a market. I'm not sure if it's on, I don't think it's every day, but maybe every weekend. Today's Saturday. It's certainly on a Saturday and a Sunday. Small market, usual sort of, you know, Queensland country town market type thing. Not really fresh food and fruit, more bits and pieces and all the other usual weird smelly stuff and, you know, things people have made. How do I describe it, you know? Anyway, as we continue on, we're talking fuel prices. So let's say about, you know, city prices at Cairns, about $2 a litre, so a little bit more at Mossman, and it just gradually goes up as you go. As far as I know, right up the top of the Cape at the moment, the dearest fuel's about $2.80, so, you know, halfway up there it's going to be about $2.30, $2.40, $2.60, whatever. So what some people would do to avoid price, you know, big prices, is just keep topping up as they go. But I kind of go, every time you put fuel in your tank, it's a risk of contamination. So for me, I've filled up at the EG in Cairns, and I'll do one fill. This fuel will probably get me up to somewhere like Cohen. I'll probably pay about $2.60, because then I know I've got about 1,000 Ks to get to the tip and back to around. And if we go to Weipa, you get it for about $2.30. Might get a top up there. We just see how things go. Obviously there's a number of variables, just putting some ideas out there. That way you don't have to, if you put some in there and pay $2.50, $40, $60, $30, whatever it is, you don't have to pay $2.80 at the top, right? So you fill it up there, you get to the top and you get back to there. If you've got a Prado, of course, with about 1,000 K range, all depends how long you stay up there, how much driving you do, some beach driving, have a look at some beaches and stuff. Depends what you use up there, sort of thing. Sometimes people haven't got adequate power batteries for their setups and they've got to run their cars, and of course that uses fuel. It's really easy to navigate up here. Big green sign, see that? Follow it around to the right. Daintree Village, Cape Tribulation. It's going to take you around onto the ferry eventually. Here we go. Easy to follow. Follow the signs. Turn right. Cape Tribulation Road to the Daintree Ferry. Alright, so we're just waiting to pay for the ferry once again. It is 49 return, so if you go into the Discovery Centre and Cape Tribulation and you're not going to do the Bloomfield track, you're going to come back 49 if you want to come back, 29 one way. That's, you know, go across, do whatever you want to do. Go up to the Bloomfield track, have a look at Bloomfield Falls at Woodgerwood, and then up to the Lions Den, and then off to Cooktown or wherever you go. We'll see what happens. We'll see where we go or not. But just let you know, $29 or 49, whatever. $125 for a multi-day pass. 5 return trips. There you go. Well, this is only a few Ks after crossing the river, and been here about 5 minutes so far. There's a few of these and they can be really long. I read some replies on one Facebook post. It's probably not going to be this, but one person got told it was going to be an hour, so they turned around and went back, you know. But yeah, there's a few delays with the road single lane business, but after we do a few of them, I'll let you know afterwards how bad they are or not, I guess, if I remember. Alright, only about, wouldn't be much over 5 minutes. 5 minutes or so wait on this one. Yeah, I was up here last weekend at that red light back there, one we just waited at. It was about the same amount of time last week, about 5 minutes, maybe 10. People getting anxious, getting out of cars, going up, asking. So I reckon the people in front of us waited a bit longer. I reckon they Might have been there 20 minutes or something. It's pretty short, but not really the longest wait, but from memory that was the longest one, if you know what I mean. So yeah, anyway, as you can see here, road washed out. It's only wide enough for one car or two bikes. So that's how it's going to be once again until they can get some people to do some work. Hopefully it doesn't get a whole heap more rain, because any more gets washed away, there'll be no road. Take a look just up here on the left, they've obviously cleaned that up. Big landslide on the left right here. So I guess what the delay is, if you time how long it takes to get through here, because it continues, right? So at the moment we're one-way traffic still. It's, you know, you pull up there, if you just missed it, then you've got to wait for all of us to get through. You've got to wait for, that's clear. Normally they've got a car following through. It's a whole big setup here. There was heaps of cars and workers, just traffic control, right? Last week there's cars all over the joint. They look a bit lower staff this week, so they're doing a bit different. Maybe some people didn't want as much overtime on the weekend. They're going to wait for tomorrow, Sunday, you know, double time instead of time and a half or something. But you know, we've got to get through. Then the next trip has got to get back the other way. Depends how long it is. You get some slow ones. It is a bit windy and slow. Some big caravans, narrow sections, as you can see up here. Delays, we're not through yet. And then of course, yeah, you eventually get your turn. So you just got to be patient and allow extra time. This bit here, they're actually working on because they reinforced it over this orange barrier. It's all got the concrete and whatever, but yeah, just single lane at the moment. Looks like there's something they're working on. It's in process. Got to bring truckloads of concrete up here by the looks of it to you know, build up the road underneath so that hopefully it doesn't get washed away again. Alright, I didn't time it, it'll just come out the other end, so we're back into two-way traffic. I reckon a good 10-minute drive, 10 to 15. So yeah, if you come in on the tail end of we've just left, you've got 10 minutes of us getting through, plus 10 or 15, you know, switching the traffic back that way. So yeah, you're going to have up to a 20-25 minute delay if you're on bad timing with a short queue. But if you've got a long queue, I don't know how many cars, if they let the lot through every time, they might let 50 cars and then go, you know what, we've got to let some through the other way, because, you know, they're getting, some people get a bit, you know, anxious. I'm letting you know, patience, because it's how it is now. I think that's the worst of it, to be honest. Well, I thought we better stop in quickly at one of the beaches and show you. It's not a bad beach, it's a nice beach, don't get me wrong, don't take it the wrong way. Nice beach, and the water's good. I've just seen a lot better, but you know, it's just the mud flats and that, the watering close, the rivers and that, and of course, obviously the waters aren't too croc infested because the kids are happy to have a swim. As I said, generally they're up the estuaries and that, but of course they do travel from estuary to estuary, which means they could be cruising past when you're taking a swim, but hey, we should be right if the video continues. Happy days. That's actually pretty good, mate, you know, nice water out here. It's relatively clear, bloody beautiful really. Water temp probably about 26, 27, somewhere around there. And there's vinegar at all the beach inlet outlet paths for, you know, the stingers, but it should be right this time of year while the water's cooled down a bit, but you never know, right? Look at that, bit of scenery for you anyway. Just near Cape Tribulation. The campsites are just in here, right? So book one of those national park campsites and Bob's your uncle. This is outside number 11, number 12, in case you're wondering. Headed north just before you get to Cape Trip, you know, just along here. Bloody beautiful, huh? Have a look at that. Where the forest comes all the way to the beach. Alright, there we go, mate. Look at these roads. They're doing some work to keep one lane open at least, but here at this one, I think we've got two people, just a short one. One at each end, just letting the cars through, manually controlling it. So they put it on, there's two people there or one. There was one at the other end. There you go. Anyway, passing through Cape Trib, about 100 k's to Cooktown from here. Right, have a read of the sign. Turn headlights on, drive to the conditions. Subject to flooding, slips, loss of traction, potholes, fallen trees. High clearance haul drives recommended. Road may become impassable without notice. Not suitable for caravans and trailers. Please turn around here. The last sign I just read said, drive according to the conditions. As a couple of cars went flying past the other way. Maximum dust. One of them right behind the other, so no idea or consideration about the engine and the air filter. Yeah, seems to be everybody going the other way, going south. Gotta go home, gotta go. They're in a bit of a hurry. So yeah, if you're in a hurry, don't come down the Bloomfield track. Go up it when you're not in a hurry. And when you're on your way home, just go straight down the highway in a hurry. It actually would have been quite interesting to be the first people come out here after Jasper and do the cleanup, because you can see the destruction after they've cleaned it up, pushing everything aside. Driving past the views up on the left at one of the clearings, looking around at all the mountains and that, how the sides have just all collapsed. Looks like a bunch of four-wheel drive tracks, you know, but it's just where they've just collapsed and it's all come down. I suppose you would really come and see it for yourself. But Bloomfield track. My luckers couldn't read the big red sign. Caravans on the Bloomfield. Unbelievable. Big red sign, people can't miss it. Right, we're just coming into, is it like, you know, Wagga Wagga? It's just called Wagga. Woodjul, or is it just called Woodja? Something like that, you know. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you know the answer to that. So when you come into Woodjul, turn left over the bridge, come up the end of the road, that's here. And got to walk up here a little bit. Look at that, beautiful. Get the photo. That's that. Let's zoom it in a bit. Nearly dropped the beer. Oops. Yeah, that'll do for the thumbnail, I reckon. Hey everybody, if you're watching our YouTube channel, 4Before Adventures, you might have a Prado, you might not. You might be an Oz Prado crew. If you are, there's a post there I did about these K-On shirts. But there's even people out in the wild trying to impersonate me. They're even wearing Oz Prado crew t-shirts. Look at that, mate. Unbelievable. You know, so if you're going to do it, get it in the K-On, keep exploring. Oz Prado crew, that's for like Oz Prado crew gatherings. Can't wear that out here. Okay, look serious now. I don't know if it's called Bloomfield Falls or Woodjul Falls or Woodja or whatever, but when you come into Woodjul up the Bloomfield track, like I said, hang a lefty over the bridge, come up, have a look. There's probably some freshwater crocs in here, but I reckon you're probably safe for a swim, but I don't really know. If you go in, I will. For those that are into the scenery and the information, have another look. So it's about 100 metres from the car park, maybe 200, depends how far you go. If you want to go right up, I would say put your walking shoes on, take your backpack with your towel and whatever. Personally, I don't want to get in that. People say it's cold, but you know, they're Queenslanders where 20 degrees is cold. Where from Victoria, 20 degrees is just refreshing, mate. Beautiful. Like ideally I like 23, 24, but I don't complain if it's 26, 27. It starts getting warmer than 28. It's just like someone peeing in the bathwater, right? So look at this, beautiful. Get up here, have a look. Oh, look at that, beautiful. Yeah, like he said, beautiful. Got to be here, mate. So from Woodjul heading north towards the Lion's Den, 41 minutes, 37 k's, cruising along the river. It's a sealed road from here, but it's got a lot of potholes. It's pretty rough, so leave your tyres down. We're 25 on the front, 30 on the rear, because the front always takes it a bit harder than the rear, I reckon. Well, I wasn't trying to sound provocative either, but it did sound a bit like that. Yeah, cruising along the river, you know, just the front of the vehicle, independent suspension, whatever setup. Where the rear, I don't know, maybe it's got more weight over the axle, but you don't really feel, oh, you know, it's rough from the back, do you? You sort of feel it generally from the front is where it's always coming through. So pretty like croppy there, mate. Yeah, be a few crocs in that river, no doubt. Right, a bit of a road report from Woodgill to the Lions Den. In case there's another video I put up recently, or I'll put up soon. Depends what order I drop the videos in, if I get it right or not. But I'm about 10 k's from the Lions Den, so 10 k's south at the moment, headed north. It's sealed road from Woodgill. It's just patches of dirt. When I say patches, not like a few kilometres, I mean like 20 metres, 50 metres, patches of gravel. And a lot of road that's damaged, a lot of potholes and sides that are gone, where ideally sort of, you sort of come out into the middle like that to go around it. But of course, like just here, right in the middle, boom, right? So lined it up best as I could to straddle it, but got it a bit on the right side. Tyres still on 25 at the front, 30 at the rear, mainly for this road more than the dirt road. So let them down at Cape Trib so you have a more comfortable trip for you and your car. Let them down a little bit. And once you get to the Lions Den, from memory, from then the road gets a bit better. You can pump up again until you get to the next dirt road you're going to be on. Depending where you're headed, you might be headed back down the centre on the sealed road. You've just done your trip up to Cooktown. I like Cooktown. I think it's a good little town. Nice spot. A few walks, as you again in the videos. Check out the videos, and there's more to do than what we've put. You go for some little drives here and there, down towards the Lions Den, and a few little side trips, follow the tracks out to the coast and all that sort of thing. And of course, don't forget at the Lions Den, Sunday roast, lamb roast. I think you get a choice of lamb at $20 with a schooner. Just unbeatable, can't beat it. Saturday is the 400 gram T-bone for $30, and no beer with that one. And they got some specials on, I think, a few nights. Got about 5 nights a week. I think it goes Tuesday till Sunday or Wednesday or Sunday, something like that. So they've got, the Palmer on one night, of course, and something else another night. Anyway, we're going to rock up the Lions Den. You've seen it before. If you haven't, check out my other video. Hopefully I put the name Lions Den included in it, or Bloomfield Track or something like that. Maybe I'll take some photos there and whack it all in this video. We'll see how we go. It's getting a bit long. Sometimes they're short, sometimes they're long. Pick whatever you want on the day. Listen if you want. 4x4 Adventures, you really need to have a bit of a look every now and then. This driving stuff, not so much, but it does get you familiar with the area so you can get to know the terrain. Words are good, but they said a picture says 1,000 words, and the video is obviously more than 1,000 words. So I don't know how you work that out. I'll say diesel, you need to look every now and then. 4x4 Adventures, it's good to have a look. There's a lot of scenery. Anyway, we'll keep cruising down here, and we'll be at Lions Den in about less than 10 minutes, I reckon. Made it. Here we are at the Lions Den with plenty of time to get lunch. Beautiful.